Alright. In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this channel is not to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Giant King Mark here, and welcome to the finale of the base game of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Last we left off, we basically just talked with everyone of the shopkeepers. We reported to Kylie Cheng and gave her the data about Josephine Singh. And now we're almost about ready to wrap this all up. We still got one last thing we gotta do, and that's just one last round of conversations. And also checking the Shadowlands. Thread, Stormwake. Breaking news report attached. In Usagi's wake comes relief and rebuilding today. Today, Hong Kongers began to assess the damage of Typhoon Usagi. We already know that we were lucky. Heavy rains from the storm's periphery caused minor flooding throughout Hong Kong, mostly due to clogging or overwhelming of the runoff control system. This morning, an aerial survey of the mountains has counted at least 100 new active landslides. The Victoria Harbour pump arrays successfully maintained harbor level near normal, despite very heavy runoff. At peak pump operation, the Energy Authority instituted mandatory blackouts in 60% of the zone, presenting the most severe test of the pump system in years. Almost no wind damage was reported, thanks to moderate winds. Several corporate citizen fatalities have been reported. Relief operations are underway to assess impact to the unregistered population. Total unregistered deaths are forecast to be less than 10,000. The Wuxing Environmental Office has issued a citizen advisory warning all ordinary persons to avoid contact with storm-driven mud due to high levels of toxic runoff. The Executive Council has expressed gratitude that Usagi has proven a minor event for most of Hong Kong. However, the Security Subcommittee already reports several hundred cases of vandalism, looting, and incursion. We go to Captain Crate, Special Duties Unit, who has just received a unanimous promotion for her valiant work to protect Hong Kong's unregistered citizens during the storm. Unfortunately, Hong Kongers know well the pattern of anarchists and criminal elements using natural disasters as an opportunity for exploitation. Joint corporate and HKPF special duties teams today are fanning out through Hong Kong to bring these criminals to justice. I am pleased to announce that the Security Commissioner has vowed to swiftly punish crimes which occurred during Usagi's passage. Any such crimes will be prosecuted as infractions of both zone security and of human rights. Cases will be tried before a special tribunal. Beyond the Free Enterprise Zone, extreme winds and major flooding are reported along the section of coast where Usagi Center crossed the shore. States of emergency have been declared in Guanhaizhen, the Sanjiaozhen, Pingshanzhen megaplex, and numerous coastal communities. There are unconfirmed reports of a major casualty incident in the exclusive island of Shangchuandao. Check on our PDA notifier for breaking news updates on the story, including exclusive casualty footage. Riddle, there's a lot hiding between the lines. I'd expect White President to be posting on this. White President and Amina are currently whereabouts unknown. They vanished? They're dead? I don't know. Get used to it. Over the next couple of days, we're gonna find out a lot of people are missing. Holy hell. No, not holy hell. Typhoon season. Welcome to the cull. So literally, I guess this is something of a thing in Hong Kong. They wait for big typhoons to show up and then just, well, gone. That's messed up. Chlorine gas spill in the walled city. Check this headline. Just out. Meth factory accident during typhoon kills thousands in walled city. For real? That stuff's terrifying. Check this newscast out. An accident at an illegal crystal methamphetamine factory in the walled city slum sickened or killed thousands of people during the passage of Typhoon Usagi. The incident created a mass panic in the tightly confined labyrinth of buildings. The release is presumed to be related to typhoon damage. The hydrogen chloride gas was released from an industrial-scale superlab, which was operated by the so-called Yellow Lotus organized crime syndicate. The gas combines with moisture to produce hydrochloric acid, chemically burning the respiratory systems of those who breathe it in. death is typically by asphyxiation. A civil response team from Sam Mechanical Services responded to the event, destroying the factory and providing medical treatment to the survivors. Sang has not yet released the official estimate of casualties. Sang CEO and well-known philanthropist Josephine Sang personally spoke at a press conference. As long as we allow socio-economic conditions to persist that trap millions of people in poverty, these events will continue to occur. The desperate choose pass a social and environmental crime because they have little practical choice. It is our duty as Hong. First on our analysis panel, we go to our economic analyst, Jonathan Cho. Dr. Cho is trapped at home by storm damage and joins us by audio only. Dr. Cho, are you there? Are you and your family alright? Yes, thank you. We are all fine. Although let me tell you, my gardeners will have their work cut out for them. Dr. Cho, getting down to business, what's your assessment on this announcement by Miss Sang? This is typical Josephine Sang antics. She's spending resources and risking the lives of a response team trying to help the very people who shelter and patronize this kind of drug production. This week it'll be a methamphetamine lab. Next week it'll be a BTL factory solvent spill. The week after that, more riots. When do we say enough is enough? Miss Sang should be exercising her fiduciary responsibility to her shareholders, not hand-wringing over people who won't help themselves. Yeah, well, I got a bad feeling Josephine Sang's not going to be a bit popular or busy the next couple of weeks. Ractor! Ractor smiles you impassively. He wears an easy smile, but his eyes are as cold and unfeeling as Crochet's sensors. Well, my friend, quite an evening. We fought and treated with an extra-dimensional being, prevented her from nesting in the walled city, and shut down a machine that was twisting its fate itself. A rather impressive list of accomplishments, wouldn't you say? Are you kidding? Please. This was just an average Friday night for me. His teeth gleamed white. Yes, my friend. Of course it was. So what's next for you, Ractor? Why, I'll remain here in Hyoya, of course. This place is perfect for my needs. I can easily acquire any materials that I might need, and with your help, I have acquired a certain level of proficiency at evading the police. This will be the testbed for the future of our species, the birthplace of a new form of life, and I will help to usher it into the world. I might just help you out with that if I'm still around. I would enjoy that, my friend, his smile whines. And what do you think the likelihood of that is? Do you intend to stay beside me when the time comes? Yeah, Ractor, I'll be here. Good, very good. He nods, his pearl-eyed smile glinting in the dim light. Be well, my friend, and rest while you can. There is more looming on the horizon than you could possibly dream of. Especially given the fact that we still have that special bonus campaign we gotta take care of. Gaichu. Gaichu is in the process of cleaning his cabin as you enter. Using a small hand broom, he sweeps dust and debris about in small piles. Sensing your arrival, however, he pauses. Sangshan, it is not every day that one can say they fought an ancient god and won. The ghoul folds his arms across his chest as a thin smile graces his lips. It is an unbelievable story. God, I hate to live in a world where that kind of thing is a Monday occurrence. The sixth world is full of wonders. Every day brings new discoveries, or perhaps awakenings of ancient truths and beings. Someday such events may become mundane, but I would echo your sentiment. Let us hope that they do not. What will you do now, Are there any further mountains for you to climb? No plans at the moment. I'll figure something out eventually. Ah, a very zen way of looking at the world. Gaichu crosses his arms, smiling. This is the nature of Ronin. The name means wave man, you know. Follow the currents of life, finding your fortune where you may. No laws, no masters, only yourself, your work, and what few allies you can call upon. I will do the same, and when you need my assistance, I will be here. Do not hesitate to call upon me. Until that hour, my friend, good night. I'm glad you're part of the team, Gaichu. Excellent. Then I think I will get to the cleaning, and if you need me for anything, well, you know where to find me. So we're just wrapping up the game right now, just doing some conversations. I streamed yesterday this part, but for some unknowable reason, it only got 9 minutes in. It didn't get the full thing. You also missed out on like a few achievements. Isabel looks up at you, a troubled expression on her face. If she's found any peace from your victory in the walled city, she isn't showing it. Well, we did it. Kuan Ya is gone, and we never have to set foot in the walled city again. She tries to smile, and falls away a moment later. I guess I don't need these memories anymore. Don't you? They're a part of you after all. So is a kidney stone. Does it mean that you want to hang on to it? She pauses, frowning. In all seriousness, something is holding me back. These memories are like torture, but deleting them doesn't feel right. I don't know why. Look, if you delete those memories, you'll be doing to yourself what Josephine Sang was trying to do to Raymond. She says nothing, just stares. A moment later, she nods. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Changing my past through omission and rerunning my present by doing it. I think it's a form of self-mutilation, kinda. Makes me feel uneasy. So, what do you want to do? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll sleep on it. I think it's a good call. It's been a big day anyway. Yeah, bit. You could probably use the rest too. Shows you a small smile. Good night, Sangshan, and rest well. You've earned it. The only two left now are Gobbet. Well, now for Gobbet. As you enter Gobbet's cabin, you find her sipping into an enormous mug. Something dark and steamy sloshes as she lowers the vessel. Her rats squeak happily from their perches on her shoulder. That was a hell of a thing, wasn't it? We fought a Yama King, we won! I'd say that it's time for a celebration. Got anything to drink around here? Sure do. But if you out tonight, you're crazy. I'm exhausted, Seattle. I don't think I can keep my eyes open for much longer. If we're gonna celebrate a victory in style, I don't want to pass out at the 10-minute mark. Let's be tired too. To be frank, I don't even know how you're still standing. Sheer force of will. She smirks at you. Yeah, I'll bet. Go exert your will in your cabin then. We mere mortals need to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow though, right? I mean, you're not going anywhere. It's phrased as a statement, firm and final. Yeah, I got it. I'll see you then. Yeah, right. Good. I'll see you then. She hesitates for a moment. Then the corner of her mouth tilts up into that old familiar smirk. Oh, and Seattle? Yeah? Sweet dreams. Honestly, after everything we've been through, sweet dreams sounds really good right now. But now we have last two to talk with. Duncan and Raymond. You enter to find Wu setting up a little nest on the floor of his cabin, using a little tarp for a blanket and a duffel bag for a pillow. Before you ask, this is for me. He grabs a thumb. He sets a thumb toward his bed. Raymond gets a bunk. Raymond looks around the cabin with some apprehension. He sniffs the air as his nose wrinkles. This is where you live? That's right. We took what we could get. It's been a rough ride since we followed you here. Raymond's eyes drop to the floor. I am sorry that you had to follow me. Had to go through what you did. Live like this to help me. You're my father, Raymond. Of course I came. It is good to hear you say that, Shen. And I'm glad you were here, especially at the end. I still can't believe what you did. The way you stood up to her. Me either. The old man's eyes crinkle, offer you something new, respect. But you did, and you were very clever. Raymond stares at his hands. Even after all that has happened, I still find it hard to believe that Mother, he swallows, did those things. What exactly was she doing to your brain, Raymond? We know she was altering your memories. One memory. Just one. She was going to make me believe that my fortune engine never worked. That my theory was wrong. And that was why she canceled prosperity. It was the smallest simplest change she could think of. The most believable. What would happen to your memories of living in Seattle? Would it wipe our entire history away together? Too complicated. I would still go to Seattle. Still run away. He looks over at Duncan. But it would have been because of my loss of face. Having failed in front of all but my subordinates. Instead of... He lets the thought drift. Lucky for us that you did come to Seattle. Wu smirks at you, flashes his pearly whites. Well, maybe not for Shen here. He's had a harder road than me. So I understand. Duncan tells me that you were imprisoned for a long time. I had no idea. Yeah, I was locked down hard. No communication with the outside world. That would explain a great deal. The old man closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. I misjudged you for many years. I was wrong. Did that really just happen? Did Ray just say he was wrong? Yep. First time for everything. Hi, Rocky. Man he just barged right into my room. It appears that we both have gaps in what we know about the other's past. I want to take the time to fill them in. For years I've worked to help you develop a strong sense of self-identity. Wanted you to know who you were, live a genuine life. He makes eye contact, doesn't flinch. Perhaps because I was living a lie. Now that you are older, have been through so much, I must ask. The old man looks into your face, searching. Who are you? Do you know? I'm still Shen Long, on the inside anyway. And parts of me is still Edward Sang on the inside. Wu gently drops a hand on the old man's shoulder. Okay, Raymond, you need to rest. Tomorrow I'll take you to see a guy named Ambrose. He might be able to help you with that stutter. He looks from his foster father to you. A twinkle appears in his eye. And maybe we'll get some dim sum together like we used to. The three of us. I'd like that. Dim sum sounds good. Let's see how I feel tomorrow. Raymond rubs his stomach, lets out a little burp. Gobbet soup does not agree with me. Raymond sits down on Wu's bunk and closes his eyes. A moment later, he begins snoring softly. Wu watches the old man for a moment without speaking. Then he shakes his head, confused. I don't know what to think about him anymore, Shen. I don't know what to think about any of this. So what's next? So what's next for you, Duncan? I mean, after dim sum. Wu rubs his eyes. Begins unbuckling his ammo belt. Oh crap, I don't know. It's too late to think. I'll probably just do what I've been doing since we arrived here. Follow your lead. He pulls his armor over his head and drops out onto the bed. Now get out of here. I've got a date with a duffel bag pillow. And with that, I think it's high time we finally get some sleep of our own. Your bunk in the trawler lies waiting, patient and seductive. It beckons with the promise of escape. Go to sleep and end the campaign. You drop your head onto the pillow and haul the rough naval blanket over you. The Defiance rocks like a cradle, and moments later, you are wrapped in the comforting arms of sleep. There are no nightmares. Only shadows. And with that, the campaign is done. The story of the walled city riots circulates local news networks for nearly a week. Few outside of Hong Kong hear about the incident, and of those that do, even fewer care. By the end of the month, the city is back to business as usual. In Haoi, the flow of refugees eventually slows to a trickle. Those who do escape tell stories of a terrifying demon goddess, finally driven away by one old man and a rabble of outsiders. Their mad ramblings are generally met with pity or contempt. After the incident in the walled city, the unbroken lucky streak that propelled Sang Mechanical Services into the limelight comes to an abrupt end. Evidence of Josephine Sang's culpability in the Walled City riots, as delivered by a reliable source, is aired on the Horizon News Network, and the corporation's stock prices go into a freefall. Within a year, Wuxing Inc. buys out, absorbs, and dismantles the company, and Josephine Seng is quietly filed away into a corporate prison. She remains there, buried behind walls of concrete and rebar, until she hangs herself 3 months later. Though knowing the Shadowrun universe, it's likely one of the corps just took her down. Honestly, she had it coming. Haole remains a safe port of call for smugglers, gangsters, and Shadowrunners alike. You are no exception. The Shadows here welcome you, in a way that Seattle never did. You've earned the respect of your fixer, your clients, and your community. And now that the APB on you and your team has been lifted, by parties unknown, you are free to operate openly in Hong Kong. This place is yours now. Your home. And with that, that's the end. Final thoughts on this game. It was fun, but it was glitchy. Whoever, Harebrained Schemes, I really think they really should have done more for this. Although from what I heard, Paradox and Harebrained Schemes actually cut their ties with each other. I don't know what happened, but honestly, Harebrained really, at the very Paradox and Harebrained Schemes really need to really should have, done some more for this game, Like, they really should have at the very least have polished it a bit more, tested it. So yeah, that's the end of the game. I did like a few things about it, although I'll admit having to redo certain parts because of my internet connection, I was really mad over. But at the very least we were able to get things done. There is one thing though. I really hate that glitch with Kufang. I didn't know how to fix it, but then when I did, it made a lot more sense. There's going to be another glitch apparently later on in another mission, and I definitely think we gotta fix that somehow. I really think they should have fixed it. But what am I doing now? Well, I've been playing Dave the Diver. Now that I bought it full price, it's worth it. The only 2 games left I gotta try are Red Dead Redemption 2 and hopefully, if I can get it, Pathfinder. And there's also the Shadows of the Earthtree expansion that dropped the trailer this Tuesday. God, I'm excited for that game now, that DLC. But honestly, I really do hope that we can at least get more done with this game. Thing is, I actually had to load in the save file a bit when it came to figuring it out. I somehow got the other one mixed up compared to, like, it was at the beginning of this area instead of the other one I had. I don't know why it's that. But anyway, now that we've taken care of this, there's one last thing we actually gotta do. See, the game actually has an expansion that came out. The Shadows of Hong Kong bonus campaign. It requires an import of a final save game from this main campaign, which we're going to be doing next time. Honestly, I'm calling it here right now at Giant Cave Mark, and next time let's play Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. We're going to do the Shadows of Hong Kong bonus campaign next. Because there's still some things we need to figure out, like who got rid of the EPB on our heads, and why. So that's what we're going to find out next week. If you like what you all saw, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon to stay notified, and I'll see all of you next time. Laters.